Welcome to Rockin' Body Raw Foods. This is Joy Houston, here to guide you through trading in that last 10 or 20 pounds for a more vibrant, energetic, and radiant you. To do that, I need to give you a complete tour of the Rockin' Body Raw Foods website so you can make the most of your 60-day membership. Now, why do you have 60-day access to a diet that only takes 14 days? Two reasons. First, so that you have ample time to go through all the training and education materials available to you before you even start the diet. Second, there's a huge bonus section, and we'll review that together at the end of this tour. Now, you may have heard people talking about this raw foods high or some amazing way that they feel once they start eating raw foods. Now, I could go into the science behind raw food nutrition and the details of exactly why that happens, but that's all included in the program. What I want to do now is show you what I have for you as a member. Now, if you're not a member and you've stumbled upon this video, you're welcome to join us on this tour. You just won't be able to use any of this cool stuff until you join. To do that, you'll need to click the Order Now button where you'll hear my raw food story and learn more about how this program was developed. And what do you say we jump right into the site and get started?
You'll start here on the dashboard. This is the main access hub to everything on the site. You'll notice there are 3 sections below. Before you begin, Rockin' Body Diet and Resources. Let's tour through each one. Rockin' Body Raw Food is a 14-day diet, but it's more of a raw food boot camp. Before you can be a waistline warrior or a soldier against cellulite, you'll need some proper training. I've prepared that for you here in the section aptly named Before You Begin. I'm going to click here on the first button where it says Introduction. Here you'll find my version of a 12-step program, which is more appropriate than you might think, since researchers are now saying that beating food addictions, especially to processed sugars, is more difficult than kicking drugs or alcohol. Anyway, I've laid it out for you here, starting with downloading your copy of the book, watching the first 3 training videos. I've even guided you all the way through to the first day of the diet. Now, let's go back to the dashboard and click on Why Raw Food. This is a comprehensive look at the benefits of raw food nutrition. You'll be surprised that it goes far beyond avoiding the nutrient and vitamin loss that occurs when foods are cooked. You'll also learn the importance of enzymes and see baffling photos comparing energy emitted from fresh foods versus cooked. Understand and incorporate what you learn in this video alone, and you'll extend your life, improve your health, and obviously end up with a rockin' body. Back to the main dashboard, and we'll click on the next button, Tips and Tricks. Here, you'll learn from the pros the 5 best ways to support your body's natural detoxification, how veggie drinks help curb cravings, and the extreme importance of getting off coffee. By the way, there's a bonus video for you to watch before you begin so you don't suffer through caffeine withdrawal headaches. Now back to the dashboard. By this point, you'll know enough to be dangerous to those last pounds you want to lose, and it's time to start taking action. So let's click Prep Your Kitchen, where you'll get a tour of my kitchen and see the tools I use every day to make raw food fast and easy. Now back to the dashboard. We'll move to the middle section here, Rockin' Body Diet. We'll start with shopping lists, which is pretty self-explanatory, but let's take a quick peek together. Everything you'll need is on these efficient, ready-to-shop lists. Now we're ready to dive into the Rockin' Body Diet by clicking on Menu Plan. This takes you to the whole menu at a glance. Let's play with this for a minute. First, you should know the orange days indicate prep days. On these days, you'll need to set aside a couple of hours to prepare some foods in advance for the upcoming week. Don't worry, I'll be there to guide you every step of the way with these easy-to-follow videos. Notice that out of the whole 14 days, you only have 4 prep days. That's not bad. Now, I don't mean to say you won't have any preparations to do before your meals, because you will. But thanks to the work we do together on prep days, raw food equals fast food. Now, the green markers indicate that you'll need to put nuts, seeds, or grains in to soak overnight. Let me show you what I mean. Let's click here on day 3. When you get to day 3, you'll see everything on the menu for that day. We start with the refreshing celery parsley cooler, and if you want to see how to make that, you could just click on it and you'll see the instructions along with a video. Now let's go back to day 3. We could click here to see how to make breakfast, or here on the meatball sandwich we're going to have for lunch, or the Latin burgers for dinner, but what I want to show you is this last post on day 3. It's a reminder to soak. If you don't need to soak anything, you won't see a reminder like this. Pretty easy. Now let's head back to the menu. I want to show you around just a little bit more. You'll see 4 columns here. One for your daily veggie juice, for breakfast, for lunch, and one for dinner. What isn't shown is the desserts, since they're optional. The desserts are the last thing we make on prep days. Let's go ahead and check out a preparation day by clicking here on day 8. You can see the day starts with a morning juice and breakfast, then it's time to start cooking, or uncooking to be exact. Again, I'm there as your own personal raw food chef to make sure everything turns out perfect each time. Pause me, rewind me, you can even mute me if you want a little peace and quiet while you're cooking. Let's check out what we're making. This prep day is all about Italian. Crunchy thin crust for a mouth-watering margherita pizza, unbelievably creamy garlic cheese, a tangy marinara sauce, a dressing, and of course, as promised earlier, we'll round out the prep day with a dessert. Today, it's mint cacao brownies. I can't wait for you to try these and show them off to your family and friends. They won't believe it's raw, let alone dairy, sugar, and gluten-free. Okay, back to the dashboard. We've covered the menu plan, so next let me show you the day-by-day guide. When you click on day-by-day guide, you'll see a very simple chart. Each day is listed. You can click on any day to see the full menu. Now, back to the dashboard for the wrap-up section. This will show you how to slowly reintegrate cooked foods, explain the benefits of meal planning, and invite you to connect with me online so you can continue to get recipes, seasonal eating tips, and nutritional news. If you're like me and you get hooked on raw foods, you'll dive deep into the 3rd section of the site, Resources. Let's start at the top with the Recipe Index. Here, you'll find links to all the recipes you'll make on the 2-week diet and a lot more that I threw in. Let's just click on one. Here is a family favorite, corn chowder with avocado salsa. You can see it takes you right here, and as always, you'll see both the written instructions and there's me again to be your raw chef instructor via video. So easy. Okay, back to resources. Next up is the store. Very straightforward. You'll find 4 sections: groceries, kitchen tools, supplements, and a final section called Feed Your Mind. You have permanent access to the store, so I'll let you peruse these at your leisure so we can get to my 2 favorite sections, the bonuses and the member spotlight. Let's click here on bonus materials. You'll get these 5 additional books with your membership and more bonuses that you can check out later. But I want to show you just a couple of my favorites. Raw desserts. The raw version of tiramisu in this book is worth the price of this whole course. You'll also learn to make melt-in-your-mouth chocolate barks, raw versions of ice cream, and so much more. This book comes down to desserts without guilt. Students tell me this is the turning point for getting their families to try more raw foods. Now, this Raw Food Fiesta book, you won't believe the Latin fest you can throw together with all these raw recipes. No dairy, no meat, all flavor. You'll love the cinnamon sweet horchata and the zesty lime margaritas. Next, the Trattoria Italiana, hello flavor and goodbye fattening dairy and carbs. Sound impossible? It's not. Oh, and the 4-layer spumoni will have your friends begging for more. Go through this section thoroughly to check out all your cool bonus books and materials. For now, let's wrap up our tour by checking out the Member Spotlight section. This is where people just like you share their success stories. This is what makes it all worthwhile, getting updates from members who are losing weight, beating diseases, and feeling better than they have their entire lives. I can't wait to see your story here in the Member Spotlight section. That brings our tour to a happy ending. Thanks for joining me. Get started now by clicking the introduction button and watching the videos. Remember, if you have questions, use the Got Questions button and we'll take care of you right away. If you're not a member, I welcome you to join us by clicking the Order Now button. This is Joy Houston saying thank you again, and I'll see you inside.
over. Go soak some nuts already.